I'm more uh, pro-life. I was looking at the reasons behind it. It just seems like it's being used as a form of contraceptive versus it being used for more serious matters. I think just because someone doesn't want to have a baby is a good reason to take
So are you for men being forced to have vasectomies?
forced to have vasectomies.
Yeah, so they don't impregnate women that don't want to have babies, because the reality is that if the man either was celibate or had a vasectomy, he wouldn't have impregnated her. So in order to stop unwanted ABs, if men had vasectomies or remained celibate, there would be no unplanned pregnancies,
Well, that's
because
the
women can
thing.
only
I
have
believe,
like one baby a
but
year, but
that's
men can impregnate a woman every day that doesn't want to get pregnant, doesn't want a baby.
right. But I feel like you're countering the ABs with putting, I guess,
Prevention.
the responsibility on the men for prevention.
Yeah, you said contraception. That's a form of contraception. So you said you don't think that you should have
Right,
AB
but
as a form of contraception. So I'm saying, are you then for contraception for men, so that because men can create way more children in a year than a woman can. So they're the real threat. They are the ones who could potentially cause dozens of unwanted pregnancies in a year. A woman can only have one. So if men if men had vasectomies, which can usually be reversed if they then plan to have children they want, but if men who were either, not in a committed relationship or not married or whatever, had vasectomies, then that would be the contraception, because it's 99% effective. The contraceptions that women have available to them almost all involve hormones, which cause wreak so much havoc. Women have strokes, get blood clots, heart attacks. They're extremely painful. They have to be inserted in all different types of places.
so you're saying to basically the answer to women's choice is taking that choice away from the men. So basically, you don't give them so basically, it's like, hey, all of you
It's not a
guys.
choice. There's no taking the choice away. They don't
Well,
want to be.
what about the men who don't want vasectomies and want babies?
But
There are women.
you don't want ABs. So vasectomies, you're saying to stop ABs and unplanned unwanted pregnancies, that then you don't want it to be used as contraception. So I'm saying, how about we put actual contraception into play in the men who could potentially create multiple unwanted pregnancies in a year?
What about the women that are sleeping with married men
Then they
that are
would,
having ABs?
if they're sleeping with married men, then they should have a vasectomy as well. Since we're in morality,
Wait. Hear me out.
no,
Hear me out.
because well, think about it. If you're talking about morality, that's what you're talking about.
I
That you morally don't think that women should have ABs by men, that women shouldn't have ABs just because they don't want the pregnancy.
right.
That's a morality issue, not a
Yes.
biological issue. So he is morally wrong for cheating on his wife, who he made vows to be monogamous with. So
Right.
if a man is caught or suspected of having an affair with a woman, he should have a vasectomy
So
to prevent
so
because
what about the woman in that situation?
hold on, to prevent the conception of unwanted pregnancies in the future.
I'm acknowledging that the man makes a poor choice, right? Like that
Mhm,
you're saying. But
mhm.
I'm saying that it does not alleviate the woman making a poor choice and getting pregnant by that man.
But who is she getting pregnant by?
The married man is what I'm
Okay, so I
saying.
told you, so she's getting pregnant by a man that she's not married to,
Right.
right?
So it's
Okay,
still
so
her
I have a
choice.
solution. I have a
Yeah.
solution. Every man gives a semen sample and they freeze it. After they give their semen sample at like 18, prime time actually, because we know that the quality of sperm starts to decrease rapidly after the age of 30. So if he gives a semen sample at 18, maybe he does it a few times, a few rotations. At 18, he has to remain celibate. So we'll track that. We'll make sure that he remains celibate while he is giving his semen samples. They freeze it. All men are going to vasectomy. He has high quality sperm for later on if he chooses to have children. And then if he chooses to have children, then they'll do IUI, IVF, or whatever. So those are options that would be optional if he wanted to have children. That way, if he cheats on his wife and has sex with a woman who's not his wife, she won't get pregnant. So his sperm is saved at prime, beautiful, before it starts to go downhill at 30, and he will have very healthy sperm to impregnate his wife with.
I'm lost in this example. I'm not sure how that connects to a woman not sleeping with a married man. Help me understand that.
It doesn't. We can't control people doing that. Women will sleep with married men. Men will sleep with, because he's cheating on his wife with a woman, obviously. So they're both wrong. I'm not saying that they're both wrong.
Right, but the issue is that she's still pregnant.
No, she's not, because he's sterilized.
Let me know. All married men need to have vasectomies, basically.
Yeah, because they freeze their sperm at its optimal time, though. No, because we have this technology.
Now that's pretty extreme.
We have this technology.
Right, we have
this technology. And don't you want men to produce children when their sperm is the best? At 18, 19, men's sperm is the best. It starts declining at 30. So we're freezing it when it's the optimal time, and when it's time for them to have children with their wives. So only wanted pregnancies, because you're going to have to go unfreeze it. This is technology that's been around for decades. So it's not like this is some sort of futuristic thing. Frozen sperm banks are everywhere. We can freeze the sperm, and that way, if he cheats or she cheats, it's fine. There are no unwanted pregnancies. All pregnancies will be planned.
I get what you're saying, and it just sounds really extreme this extreme way to deal with women not making the right choices too.
But they both made the wrong choice.
You're saying that men have to go through this elaborate process, which you feel
elaborate.
Like. Let me finish.
Men ejaculate all the time.
Hold on.
So that's the first part, is the ejaculating part. They do that all the time.
All right,
that's not elaborate.
You have a good day. Well, okay. We're done. Have a good one.